Kew Gardens' southeast corner stands a rather unusual building. It's the Great Pagoda, and it's been here for over 250 years, making it older than the United States of America. At the time of its completion in 1762, its 50-metre height meant that it was said to offer one of the finest views of London. And even today, when you climb the nauseating spiral staircase all the way to its 10th floor summit, you can still make out the glass skyscrapers of the capital in the distance. Now, I feel this video requires something of an introduction. It's part of a series about the UK's new A to Z 10-pence coins. There are 26 coins, each meant to represent Great Britain, and I'm making a series of videos using the coins as a sort of contents page. They're not videos about coins, they're videos about the things that inspired the coins. Today's coin, however, is pretty uninspiring. It's the letter Q for queuing, and I can't really think of anything that would make a less interesting video. And besides, I really think they missed a trick here to do Q for Queen and make a double-headed coin. So instead, I decided to make a video about a different Q coin, the Kew Gardens 50p. See what I did there? Q? No? It's the rarest coin in circulation and by far the most sought after by collectors. Nowadays you'll easily get north of £100 for one. But enough of the explanation, let's jump back in at the Great Pagoda. The dragons were on the pagoda when it was originally built, but rotted away after only 20 or 30 years, and so for the past 200 plus years, it's been without. It was only in 2018 that they finished a £5 million renovation project and decided to add the dragons again. There are 80 in total, and whilst the 8 on the first level are hand-carved from cedar, the remaining 72 have been 3D printed. It's really cool to see the use of a very new technology to restore a very old piece of architecture. Next, we made our way up and into the forest canopy on the treetop walkway. Up here, it's an entirely different world. You're no longer at ground level looking up at the wondrous trees above. Instead, you're transported into a world usually reserved for birds, squirrels and insects. I'd been on something like this before, in the Gardens by the Bay in Singapore. But here it was British woodland, something I'd known and been around for my entire life, and it was really quite spectacular to see it from this perspective. We wandered through the vast gardens, a living library of over 14,000 trees from all over the world, known as the Arboretum. It was amazing to see just how big the place is. There were sprawling lakes and a great spider's web of pathways stretching endlessly in every direction. But we eventually found our way to the garden's most iconic building, the Palm House. This bulbous Victorian glasshouse was the most ambitious of its kind when it was built in 1844, from over 200 tons of iron framing and over 16,000 individual panes of glass. Inside, it's home to a tropical rainforest. I keep thinking I'm inside the reptile room from the series Unfortunate Events books. So cool. Next door is the Victorian water lily house, a small greenhouse home to Kew's famous giant Amazonian water lilies, along with the peculiarly shaped gourds at their autumn peak. And then next was an entirely more modern building, the Princess of Wales Conservatory, a series of 10 connected greenhouses, each representing a different climate zone from around the world. There was even a time capsule buried by Sir David Attenborough in 1985. More modern yet was a futuristic looking alpine house, set within Kew's grass garden, showcasing some 550 species of grass. I didn't even know that many types of different grass existed, but there are in fact over 9,000 different types found across the globe. With the day coming to an end, we just about managed to fit in the Temperate House, the world's largest Victorian glasshouse, twice the size of the Palm House from earlier. It was a marvellous building, and with the gardens about to close, we had the place almost exclusively to ourselves. There's still a lot we didn't do, and entire sections of the place we never even saw. But as we passed the pagoda once again on our way out, it was nice to have finally seen the real-life counterpart I'd only ever known as the face of the most revered of British coins,